All right, well, we have all heard or know someone who has gone to law school or medical school. But what about Santa School? That's right. Every year, hundreds of students gather in Michigan to learn how to make Christmas a special time for kids.
NBC's Ezra Kaplan has a closer look at the world's oldest Santa School, complete with toy workshops, lessons, and some of Santa's ho-ho homework.
Nicely done.
The snow has yet to fall, and Christmas may be weeks away. But in Midland, Michigan, the jingle bells are ringing.
Merry Christmas!
Welcome to the Charles Howard Santa School, where generations have come to learn how to give the real Santa a helping hand.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
This is the world's oldest Santa Claus school. It was started in 1937. The original guy was Charlie Howard. He's a Macy's Day Parade Santa. He was a farmer and a toy maker.
This year, more than 200 students have gathered to learn the ins and outs of making memories for kids this holiday season. They learn how to navigate the Polar Express on a fully functioning retro train car.
Merry Christmas!
There's a visit to the world's largest Christmas store. Even a toy-making workshop.
It's about letting them understand what it's like at the North Pole, what it's like in this packed little factory with hammers going. You know, how you're going to make the, you know, and so they can talk about the North Pole, because the children ask about that a lot.
At the center of the weekend is how to make lasting memories for the kids. This kind of education can be a game changer for the professional Santa, worth coming back year after year.
And you are a graduate of Santa School.
I am a graduate of Santa
What
School.
does that mean?
You know, I use the credential on my website. Whenever I do a performer's resume, I lead with that. It's some people will say this is the Harvard of Santa Claus School. I've gone to other Santa Claus training since coming here. It pales in comparison.
And while it looks like all fun and games, make no mistake, class is in session. There's a lesson in sign language.
2 letters that move. J is the first one.
Some tips about money management, so your costume is the only thing in the red. And even a how-to for navigating social media when Rudolph's nose isn't quite enough.
I'm thinking about, do I want to spend my time developing search engine optimized content for my website to drive the Google Analytics to my site?
Right.
Or do I want to spend more time hashtagging and thinking about social media? I have 30,000 views on TikTok right now.
But for some of these students, the transformation can be personal. For Maureen Schultz, it all started with deciding to stop coloring her hair during lockdown and embrace the gray.
I would look in the mirror and say, "Who are you?" And then I hated it. And then this other thought dropped in my head, maybe you could be Mrs. Claus. You know, I'm looking at myself, who else has gray hair? And, loves Christmas.
She is by no means the only Mrs. Claus. Over a quarter of the students at Santa School this year are women. But along with the joy and cheer, these Santas brainstorm and share ideas about how to deal with the more difficult stuff children can ask about, like parents separating or serious illness.
So there's a lot of those elements that you have to be prepared for, and I don't have the answers. I'm a good toy maker, and so there are some things I'll write the child's name down. I keep a little book with me all the time, and I'll offer to say a prayer. Or if the child doesn't seem like their family is one that would welcome that, I'll tell the child I'll think about you when I go to sleep at night, and I'll have a good wish for you, a good thought in my heart. And sometimes that's all Santa can do, but that sometimes is enough.
Last year, going to see Santa felt risky for many. This year, lots of us can't wait for him to return.
There is more of a demand. People want Santa. They want to go back to normal. They want what Santa stands for. They want that back in their family.
If you ask most people, do you remember the first time you talked to Santa? Most kids will raise their hand. So for me, that's every time I talk to a child that I'm thinking, wow, I want to make sure this kid has a memory of today that's spectacular.
And Santa knows that the true spirit of Christmas is a lot more than what's under the tree.
And I think for me, it's not about the stuff. It's about Santa's heart. It's about that love, that generosity. That's, I think, what you learn at Santa School.
A lesson for us all this holiday season, as Santa Claus and all these Santa Clauses
Jingle all the way.
are coming to town. Ezra Kaplan, NBC News, Midland, Michigan.